Hi, my name is Alan Ritter, and I'd like to welcome you to this information session on the Produce Club. Basically what we've done is we're gathering our purchasing power together to buy produce at the Philadelphia wholesale produce market. Right now, we're focused on a single provider of produce, Percacci Brothers Sales Corporation, as they're the only provider of organics in this area, the only provider of wholesale organics. The main reason I'm having this telecon tonight is to help everybody understand how to use the club. In other words, how to get started. First, I'd like to acknowledge a few people who've really helped the club. The first is Carrie Lynn Morse of Oakland, New Jersey. She's helped me a lot with Facebook and continues to help me upgrade the club every single week after I get done distributing produce. I'd also like to acknowledge Melanie Bartlett from West Philadelphia, who was my first buying member in West Philadelphia, and it's through her that the West Philadelphia Buying Club exists. She basically began to organize that, and it has continued to be the organizing focus over there. There are many other people who've helped me in small and large ways. Just about everybody has. That's what this club is about. It's about using the knowledge that I have and the resource that is the wholesale market to make our lives different from what they were. But I'm just sort of an organizer, and everybody can use the knowledge on their own if they want to. So what's this club about? This club is about producing change. That's the club. It's the Produce Club. So let me proceed right on into talking about the nuts and the bolts of how the Produce Club works. So I buy two types of organic produce. I buy firsts and I buy seconds. And then I basically distribute it out as far as I can reach, as far as my logistics reach, as far as there is demand. And I use whatever means I can possibly use to do that. So let me define what a first is. A first is retail quality, unblemished in any way produce. It's the same as what you would see on the grocery store shelves. And then there is what a second is. And a second is slightly different from a first in that it might be, say you're an organic wholesaler and you have 40 pallets of a particular item and you've sold all the large lots that you can, and you're left with a fraction of a pallet. Well, that's an odd lot, and the next lot is coming in on Saturday. Well, you need to get rid of that. So you basically try to move it at a lesser price. That's one way something can become a second. Something else can have a date on it, like the clam shells of salad have a date on them. And, they can become a second if their date is coming up. In other cases, something might have become a little bit ripe, like some bananas that we've seen recently, and they've become a second. So there's a huge number of ways that something can slip out of the commercial category of quote-unquote a first. So there is a particular day and a particular time when they gather these seconds together and sell them. It happens to be the best day. They kind of do it every day, but the best day, the best collection of them is on Tuesday at 2 a.m. at the Philadelphia Regional Produce Market at 6700 Essington Avenue. And I go there every week, and I look over what they have. I have no idea what I'm going to find until I get there. And then I get there and I see what they have, and I buy what is something that would appeal to everybody in this club. right after I buy from there, I go to West Philly and I drop raw cases off. By meaning raw, I don't process it at all. I drop cases off at West Philly, and they split them into shares. Then I come back to New Jersey with what I have left, and I post what I have left on the Facebook page, and what I have posted there will then make up a little bit of the share that will be given out, the share of seconds that will be given out. That is what makes up a share, a little bit of each one of those items that I bring back to New Jersey. A little bit later in that day, 10 a.m. on Tuesday, I have received first orders, which I'll talk about shortly, from a lot of people, enough to buy cases. I can only buy full cases, so that's why interest builds in an item to the point where we have a case, and then I can go purchase it. And so I go at 10 a.m. on Tuesday and buy the firsts that we have had enough interest in and come back. From the seconds that I have brought back to New Jersey and the first that I have just purchased, I fill the orders, and then I deliver to my staging hosts at Sweet Freedom Bakery in Collingswood and Common Grounds in Oakland. And then starting at about 1 o'clock, people come to my house in addition to that, and they start picking up here as well. I have an open door on Tuesday at my apartment at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. and by appointment. And then at about 1:30 or 1:15 or 1:30, I have a driver who comes down from, at this point, coming down from Lansdale, who meets me here at my apartment, and I put in the goods that are going back toward that way, and she makes a stop at this point in Abington, and then she goes back to Lansdale. We are working to increase demand along that corridor, and she has an interest in she has businesses that she's keen on supplying up in the Lansdale area, which is one of her motivations for doing that. Move down. So with those services in mind, in order to be an active participant, in order to get active, you need to have a deposit. And because the service that I provide is a prepaid service, it's a small amount of money. A share cost minimum per week is $10. A share of seconds doesn't cost $10 a week, but I ask for that as a minimum to activate a share each week. A share costs up to $7. $7 is my target. $7 in seconds produce is a lot of food. 2 weeks ago, the share was in New Jersey was 5 pounds of banana, 1 pound of zucchini, 3 cucumbers, and a cauliflower, all organic, for $4.80. So basically, that $4.80 is deducted from your $10 minimum or whatever your balance is in the club. And I don't charge $10. I charge what I actually charge for the share, because shares are variable. Some weeks I might go to the market and there will be no seconds. That has happened one time only since I started the service in March of last year, but it did happen. So there might be a notice on the web page that says there is no market this week. There also might not be volume to activate further legs of the market. So in some cases last summer, the Center City leg was cut off, or because there wasn't enough volume to push seconds out to that market. So basically, I think I've covered what seconds are and how to order them. The other thing you can do for the seconds market is you can ask me to look for something for you. And it's sort of a hit or miss operation, but you can say, hi, Alan, I'd like you to look for sweet red organic peppers for me. I'll put a deposit in against them. If you find an 11-pound case, they're in really good shape, buy them for me. I'd like to reserve them in advance. That's what I call a contingency buy. And I don't say that I have thought of all of the options of how you can use the market, but I've thought of a few of them. If you can think of more options, you're welcome to use them and make new strategies for buying. Moving on to ordering firsts. Firsts are ordered from a Google Form spreadsheet. And as far as I know from feedback from members, you kind of need a PC in order to be able to do that. And if there is interest, there has been interest, I do give hands-on tours where I sit at my PC and the member sits at their PC and they just interact with me on the phone, and I tour them through and give them a hands-on session where then they know how to do it. If there's more than one person at a time who wants to do that, we can always use this telecom line. The other thing is as far as using the markets go, I do give tours of both the seconds and the first market. I gave a tour on Tuesday morning to 3 people who came up from Atlantic City who are in the juice business. And I've given tours to the first market. Just indicate that you're interested, and we'll get you a tour. So I think I've given you a pretty good how to get started session. So I'm going to unmute everybody. Oh. Okay, cool. So is everybody unmuted? So if you could *6 yourselves, you can unmute yourself. Mm-hmm. Hello?